Okay. Um, okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Radivia Hadisliswa with name 142230182. I'm from class management Risiko ENEAA. And then today I will explain about my midterm exam, which is um, explaining about the risks of a company. Before we start, maybe I should explain something. I will uh, read the orders, the orders first, and then I will answer the. I'm sorry, I will answer my answers. No, I will explain my answers. That's what I meant. Okay, so first of all, let's read the questions. Let's read the questions. Is it too big? I'm sorry. Let's adjust it a little bit. There we go. Um, so for the there are two questions. There are two questions, right? The first one is written, and then the second one is to record this. Okay, let's read the question number one, which is choose one company that operates in your country, preferably a publicly listed company. So I choose uh, this company, which is PT Mitra Adi Perkasa Terbuka, or uh, with code MAPI in the idx.com, .co.id, I'm sorry, .co.id. And then I choose this company because I love the company. That's all. That's simple, I just love the company. Let me change the angle. Okay. And then the uh, question for point A is describe the company name, industry type, and its main business activities. For example, PTA operates in the manufacturing industry with main activities to produce and sell cars. Okay, so let's make this quick because this is my second attempt. The first one, my face didn't show up, so kind of kind of upsetting, but okay. Okay. And then, okay, so the first one I choose PT MAP. MAP. The industry of this company is retail. And what's the question again? And then the main business activities. So PT, I'm sorry, I got this information from MAP website. So in their website, they are explaining their description. I mean their company description and some other things. So I will explain that to you. And then I'm sorry, for their activities is MAP is a leading lifestyle retailer in Indonesia with over 3,000 retail outlets. So this industry is kind of a retail, or should I write lifestyle too? Should I write it and lifestyle? But lifestyle is not a type of company, right? So let's just use retail. Okay. And then this company operates in the retail industry with the main business activities including the distribution and retail of sports, fashion, department stores, kids, food and beverage, and lifestyle products. I can give you an example for their distribution and retail product. For example, the sports is Sports Station, Planet Sports, Puma, Adidas, Converse, New Balance, etc. They all retail of PTMAP. And then the fashion, oh, too much. Like Cotton On, Tommy Hilfiger, Mango, Calvin Klein. Does Calvin Klein includes fashion too? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, Zara, etc. They are also retail in um fashion of PT MAP. What is it called? Stradivarius, Pull&Bear. Um, yeah, too much fashion retails. Okay, so the next one is department stores. Department stores that I know from MAP is Togo. I've never been there though. I've never been there though, but I just know it. I know it from their posters, you know. And then the next one is kids. Kids is what is it called? Uh, Kids Station. They're like stores that sells, you know, um, toys, etc. You know. And then for the food and beverage, oh, they have many. They have many. Like they have Subway, and then Pizza Marzano, Pizza Domino, Domino Pizza. What else? Yeah, I kind of forget it. I kind of forgot. So yeah, for food and beverage, I mentioned three. And then for the lifestyle products, I'm sorry, forgot to add some comma here. And then for the lifestyle products, they have like Onitsuga. No, 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 no. Copenhagen. I don't know, was it Copenhagen Tiger or something? Tiger Copenhagen. I don't know, but it exists in Pakwon beside KKV. It has a store, something Copenhagen. I don't know. I don't know what's the complete name, but includes Copenhagen, and it sells some lifestyle products like a brush, a doll, even a doll, and then some cooking tools, and then some racks for, you know, putting your makeup on, putting your makeup and yeah, placing your makeup and then something like that. They have like, and they also have sketchbooks, something like that. So it's really a lifestyle product, you know. Yeah, that's all I know. Too many stores in MAP, you know. Okay, so next one I'll explain their description also. They have a vision which is to become a leading omni-channel retailer in Indonesia, and then their mission is to support health, happiness, and a more fulfilling lifestyle for our customers through a portfolio of world-class brands and an omni-channel retail network. Their portfolio of world-class brands is including this, sports station, etc. Yeah. And then they also have their business philosophy, which is company with orientation of PEOPLE or people, which stands for people-centered approach, empowerment, originality, principles, loyalty, and earning. Very amazing. And then let's move on to the next point. Next point is examples of risks, which is where is it? Okay. Identify examples of risks that are likely to exist in that company. Provide at least two risks from each risk category: compliance risks, control risks, hazard risks, and opportunity risks. Okay. So for the compliance risks is number first. The first one is violation of government regulations, and then changes in labor laws and regulations. And then for the control risk is internal fraud or theft at retail outlets, and inventory mismanagement or inaccuracies in stock records. And then hazard risk, the next one is hazard risks, which is natural disasters such as earthquakes, flooding, etc. And then outbreaks of pandemics, for example, COVID-19 that we have experienced. And then for the opportunity risks, there are fail to adapt to changing consumer preferences and trends, and then competition from new market entrants with e-commerce platforms. Okay, and then let's move on to the point C, which is the question is for each risk mentioned in point B, determine the appropriate risk response that the company needs to take, which is the fourth of risk management: tolerate, terminate, treat, or transfer. Briefly explain what each of the four responses means. Okay, so here's some explanation about the fourth, which is tolerate. Accept the risk if it's within the company's risk appetite. Terminate, eliminate the risk by stopping the related activity. Treat, take actions to reduce the likelihood or impact of the risk. And then transfer, shift the risk to a third party, such as through insurance or outsourcing. Outsourcing. Okay, let's start with risk number one, the exact same from the first table. Regulation violations, we MAP could treat them, treat it, which improve compliance procedures and legal review. I'm sorry, wait. I'll fix this a little bit. Just, just a second, okay? Oh my God. No, no, wait. I mean, like, so that it's not too crowded for the explanation part. I think it's pretty good. Okay, for the regulation violations, they can treat it with improved compliance procedures and legal review. And then uh, for the changes in labor laws and regulation, they can treat it too, which is actively monitor legislative changes, update the HR policies accordingly, and provide training to staff to ensure compliance. And then for the wait, sorry, I'm really sorry. Like editing this. Why? Why is it? Oh, sorry, wrong button. And then the next one is internal fraud or theft. They can treat it. The explanation is strengthen internal controls and install surveillance systems. And then for the inventory mismanagement, they can treat it with implement real-time inventory systems and conduct routine audits. And then for the fifth one is natural disaster. They can use insurance and choose safer locations for new stores, of course. And then for the outbreaks of pandemics, they can treat and tolerate them by implement health and safety protocols in stores. Also tolerate some level of impact as pandemics are largely uncontrollable, focusing on business resilience, which means implement health and safety protocols in stores. We already experienced it in COVID. They have, you know, the public places have strict protocols in their, building. I mean, public space have their strict protocols, health protocols, and then because of the pandemic is. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. And because the pandemics are uncontrollable, we don't know when will it end. Is it gonna get worse? Is it gonna get better? We don't know, right? So because it's uncontrollable, focusing on business resilience. Is it the business gonna survive or not? It's very important to do that. And then let's move on to the next one is adapting to consumer preferences changes. Market always change and trends always change. With this social media, it's very easy for people to get influenced by other people. And then, you know, their taste changing, and because of that, uh, MAP, the company have to, uh, you know, adapt, to customers, what customer wants, right? So how to do that, which is invest in market research and innovate their product offering. Even though MAP has so many retail retail products, I did mention it a few, right? Even in Pakwon Mall, they have like too many stores. Like, wait, I'm gonna look it for a minute in my MAP map, MAP application. They have an application, it calls MAP Club. It's for members, something like that. And in Pakwon, they have, let me check. They have 32 stores. Oh my gosh, that's so much though. That's so many. Yeah, I mean, MAP offers many stores, many retail, many products for different, different age, different class, economic class. I don't know. I mean, different lifestyle. They offer so much products. For example, me, I'm 20 years old. I feel, I'm still feeling like I'm a teenager. So my style is kind of like that. Yeah, I mean, I like what young people like. So for my liking, I like to go to a store like, like Cotton On, um, their models, their clothes are very trendy, and they have a very good model. I really love them. And then I also like to go to a sports station. I mean, Cotton On is kind of expensive, right? But and then I go to the sports station because with the same price, you can get a shoe in a sports station. I mean, sports station have so many discounts. Love them. I love them all. I don't know what to say. Oh, and I also love Payless. They shoes are it's very trendy, and they also have many discounts. I mean, for a girl and my age, I like what the young people like. And maybe for like an older person, like maybe like my mother or like my father, they have a different taste. Maybe they like to go to Foot Locker, or maybe they like to go to Marks and Spencer, or maybe Mango. Their styles are more like, you know, like an older vibes. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but they kind of have that vibes. Yeah, they have. And then for the kids, I did mention it, right? And for um, the kids can go to the kids station. I mean, really, MAP offers so many stores, so many products, right? But maybe these products are not enough. These stores are not enough. And maybe the customer wants more. And MAP has to know that, have to listen what their customer wants, right? And then, so they have to, of course, they have to research and innovate their products to, you know, satisfy their customers, right? Okay, let's move on. Oh my gosh, I talk about this too much. And then the last one is e-commerce competition. They can treat it with invest in technology and marketing to strengthening their e-commerce capabilities. As long as I know, not all MAP stores have their e-commerce, I mean, sure, they have the application that I already mentioned earlier, like the MAP Club, right? They also sell things in there. And you can also, I mean, if you don't have the application, you can just visit their website, map.co.id or .com. I don't know. Wait, let me check. Let's see. Let's see. MAP, uh, wait, map.co.id. Yes, map.co.id. You can just visit there, can just visit there and then you know finding your things, something like that. But as long as I know, they don't have like a platform, I mean like a store. Not all of them, I mean not all of the stores have a store, online store in like a application e-commerce like Shopee or Tokopedia or anything else. I mean we, I mean us, all of us likes to spend our money on Shopee, right? Because it's, they we don't have to go anywhere. We just have to stay in our room or anywhere and playing our phone, scrolling to Shopee, right? And then we see things, we see this clothes, this dress. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I want to buy it. Oh my gosh, it's on discount. Oh my gosh, the shipping fee is free too. Oh my gosh, anything is something like that, right? Shopee has too many discounts that maybe don't exist in an offline stores, right? I mean that's the advantages, not advantage. What should I say? It's what is it called? What is it called in Indonesia? Wait, let me browse it. Oh, sorry, my English is not very good. Sometimes I forgot. What? Access? No, it's not access. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, but you know what I mean, right? You know it. Okay, of course. I mean, it's their advantage in Shopee, right? They offers too many discounts, etc., that attract people to buy from their application, from their e-commerce. But somehow AIM doesn't make any stores in that platform. I don't know why though. I mean, let me check. Should I see it? Wait. Let's try to find like sports station in Shopee. Sports station. Sorry, I'm doing it on my phone, but I'm trying. Oh, they have it though. They have it. They have it. Oh my gosh. Oh, you can see it, but you can find it in Shopee. Yeah. They have the stores. But maybe not all, not like maybe there are fancy stores that's not available in Shopee, like maybe like Coach or something. I don't know if I'm saying this right. I haven't checked it, but you know, uh, MAP doesn't well known for their um online shopping. So they have to improve on that, right? Yeah. Let's just move on. I get too much. Okay, next one. Oh, we already on the next point. Okay, D. Let's do the E. The D one is for each risk mentioned in point B. Does my voice? Did you guys hear my voice? Okay. For each risk mentioned in point B, estimate the likelihood and impact level. Likelihood unlikely, possible likely, almost certain, and the impact small, moderate, severe, catastrophic. Let's see the first one. Regulation violations. Of course, it's possible, likelihood is possible. Regulation always changes, and maybe
the government wants to take advantage of that. They want to make MAP, I mean MAP to finding their mistake. The government wants to finding MAP mistakes and then make MAP pays for, you know, what is it called again? So sorry. So sorry. Wait, wait. Okay. Was it fine? It's not fine. Ah, yeah. You know what I mean, right? Pay for their mistakes, right? So the impacts is pretty severe. It can give MAP a pretty huge loss if the regulations are too huge. Maybe they have to close one of their stores, right? It's kind of severe. Okay. And then the second one is changes in labor laws and regulation. It's possible, of course. Governments likes to change their regulations, right? And the impact is kind of moderate because it's not I mean it's labor, right? And laws, but laws always change. It's not as severe as the other regulation violations that I already explained. Oh my gosh, I have a corner in my leg, on my leg. Okay, let's continue. So sorry. And then the third one is internal fraud or theft. The likelihood, it's likely, of course, it's very likely. Maybe, our human resource, our people, Indonesian people, it's not the human resource is not too good. Their quality is not too good. Maybe they like to, pick some things in the stores. Maybe there's one of their staff likes to pick up things and something like that. But maybe it's just a possibility, right? The likelihood is it's likely. Of course, it's more likely. It's very like yeah, it's not very likely, but it's likely. But the impact is kind of moderate because you can just uh stop that staff from working. I mean, I'm sorry, it's a harsh word. I mean, you can just fire her or him, and then um the problem gone. I don't know if it's gone, but yeah, I mean it's not as severe as the other. I mean, it's bad, but it's moderate, okay? And then the fourth is inventory mismanagement. Of course, it's likely. I mean, the system, not always smart. Maybe they can make mistakes, errors, or something, right? So, and the impact is kind of moderate too. Okay, and the fifth one is natural disaster. Disasters, natural for let's pick one natural disasters, right? Earthquake. Oh my gosh. Imagine in Pakwan, they have an earthquake in a busy hour in a holiday time I mean imagine it's in Christmas or imagine it's a long holiday and then they have an earthquake where in that mall there are so many people and in the stores so many people and then the earthquake occur happens I mean happens it happens. Imagine the damage. Imagine if the earthquake was big. It's terrible. Imagine the damage. Their things, their products that they sell, their stocks, their staff, their injured staff, their you know their maybe I'm sorry to say this, but maybe their staff died. It's a disaster, right? It's a disaster. Okay, the likelihood is possible. Of course, it's possible. We're in Indonesia, which surrounded by oceans and continents, and we have so many um mountains that active, it's possible we experience earthquake too much, right? The impact is catastrophic if it's a huge earthquake, if it's a severe earthquake. The impact is catastrophic, of course. I want to say if it's severe, but considering the loss that maybe the company experience, I want to say that it's catastrophic. Let's move on to the next one is outbreaks of pandemics. Of course, pandemics we experience it, we passed it. Likelihood possible, of course, we did face the pandemics, COVID-19. The impact, of course, it's severe. People not visiting the stores again. The company apa? I'm sorry, trying to survive in the pandemic where they experience too many loss, not enough incomes, yeah, something like that. And then, of course, the impact's gonna be severe, right? And then the next one is adapting to consumer preferences changes. I already explained a little bit. The likelihood is possible, even though MAP offers too many, so many, many, many products, so many, many, many stores that you can just choose and pick on, but it's still possible. We don't know what people think, what customers think. Of course, it's possible. And then the impact is kind of moderate. It's Yeah, it's moderate. And then the eighth one, the last one is e-commerce competition. The likelihood is likely, of course, it's very likely. We like to spend our money on Shopee, on other e-commerce application. I mean, me myself, I prefer Shopee though than stumbling around in stores that the price tag is not like it's not for me. The price tag is not for me, and looking at those price tag makes me faint. But in the Shopee, in the same store, maybe you can find a same thing, a same product, the same product with a few, I mean, a cheaper price. Yeah, that's the advantage of Shopee, right? Yes. The impact is moderate, but even though Shopee is very like a king, like a god in this online shopping world, online shopping time, but still we like to stumble around in the mall. We like to stumble around, like walking in a mall and then find some things, see some things, and then, oh my gosh, it's cute. I want to buy it. Just buy it. Go to the cashier and buy it. Me myself, even though I like to scroll Shopee, I still like to stumble around in the mall and then see things and then, oh my gosh, it's cute. It's my wish list now. I have to buy it next month. Something like that, right? So the impact is kind of moderate. Oh, we already on the last point. Oh my gosh. And then the last point is illustrate a risk matrix based on the likelihood and impact levels of the risk above. If you identify egg risks, your matrix should contain egg risk points, each position according to their likelihood and impact level. Okay. So for the colors, I have to explain first. So this my attempt for the risk matrix. I made it with Excel plus Canva. These squares and these colorful rainbow colors, I made it in Excel, and then these circles, I made it in Canva. For the colors, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry, miss, my lecturer, if you think this is not quite right, but I'm trying my best. I find what is risk metrics in my Google, and then they come out something that come out is you know like too many, like the I mean this, what is it? What is it called? The likelihood and the impact is more. It's more many. Okay, it's more many. So I try my best to uh make the make my decision on the color. Okay. Yeah, it's not too long to explain. And then for the X, the horizontal one is the what's it called again? The likelihood. Yes, the likelihood, like unlikely, possible, likely, almost certain. And then for the Y line, for the vertical one, is the impact, which is small, moderate, severe, catastrophic. Okay, let's just get straight into it. Number one is regulation on violation, possible, severe, likelihood, possible, impact, severe. See, possible, severe, yes. And then number two is changes in labor laws and regulation. It's possible, and moderate. See, yeah, sometimes it's easy to make this. Sorry, I'm so sorry. And then the third one is internal fraud and art theft. It's likely but moderate. Likely, moderate. See? And then the fourth one is inventory mismanagement, likely and moderate. Number four, yes. And then the fifth one is natural disaster, possible, catastrophic. See? And then outbreaks of pandemics, possible, severe. Number six, possible, severe. Yeah. And then the adapting to consumer preferences changes, possible and moderate. Possible, moderate. And then the eighth one is e-commerce competition, likely and moderate. That's all. Oh my gosh. That's all. I explained all of them all already, and that's all for my answers in midterm exam for management risiko. That's all. My answers. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much for Miss Ake also for making this opportunity to explain this company. I personally love this company because they gave my father in their job in I'm sorry, in his job. MAP give my father uh you know some kind of MAP vouchers. It vouchers. It's a voucher, but it works like a money in the MAP retail stores. So I really enjoy them. I really like those little vouchers. I really love them. And I suddenly fell in love with MAP because they gave my father a lot of vouchers. I just love them. I just love them, and it's been very enjoyable, amusing experience to explain what I like about this company, what something that I like, which is this company, which is their stores, especially. I like to stumble around their stores, looking at things, even though maybe I'm not buying it, but it's just refreshing. I just like it. I just like this company. You know, I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and thank you very much for listening to me. That's all for my explanation. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Good night, guys. Good night.